Hey guys, I'm Sage Valentine and welcome to my channel of the same name. Right now I'm going to review CBS's Big Brother Season 17, episode number 17. So what did I think about this episode? Right after Julia was let into the house, as everyone gathered in the living room around that television, if you have to rewatch the episode and rewatch the scene, rewatch it, because the camera focused on Steve, who did a little bit of this, getting himself together. And I don't know about most of my viewers, but where I'm from, that means he's ready for war. The sweet little cinnamon roll that everyone on social media fell in love with is just a ruse. This dude is a competition beast. He would be the one to get out next if people were thinking strategically. However, everything, as I've said, is personal and emotional. So God only knows, besides Jackie, who else is going to be nominated. During this episode, we learn that John's little loud, wild, and crazy persona is nothing but a ruse. But then again, I can't be too surprised, considering after all these seasons how people camouflage themselves to stay in the game longer. It's been proven over and over and over for each season. As far as Jason goes, Jason did what he thought was right. He went to Clay and Shelly. He put a bug in their ear and he told them, Vanessa, Liz, and Austin are like a three-headed hydra, and it's about time that you guys fight and get rid of them. What he didn't realize was that he was wrong when he said that Liz and Austin were at the top of the totem pole. No, that's Clay and Shelly. They just do a good job of camouflaging it by being everybody's friend. Now, in the Sixth Sense Alliance, there is some doubt created by none other than Miss Jackie. Jackie is one person that I am pushing for so far. Now, if Jackie gets voted out this week, then I'm out of players to really root for at this point. But when Jackie went up to the head of household room to confront Vanessa and ask her, like, what happened? Why isn't Austin on the block? She called out Shelly. And stupidly, Shelly fell into the trap by basically saying, I didn't want Jason to go home. And Vanessa's looking at her like, wait a minute, weren't you the one pushing for him to go home? So what are you talking about now? Vanessa is now going to look at Shelly a different way. And maybe Jackie couldn't convince Vanessa to change her vote, but she definitely started a fire that is soon going to completely engulf the Sixth Sense Alliance. And I am actually waiting for that alliance to completely explode, because they feel so safe in this game. And one thing I've learned over the years, no one is safe in the game. Even Jason said that tonight. Anytime you feel comfortable, you feel like you're in a good spot, you are in danger. Now, Meg figured out that there is a big alliance with Clay and Shelly and Liz and Vanessa and Austin. I think that Liz needs to take that info and ball it up and use that to win a competition, because she is the pawn to put up for the most part, and eventually, pretty soon, Liz will go home if she doesn't start winning things. And when she went to go confront Clay, and Clay was just like, huh? Like, what? No, me and Shelly didn't know anything about Jason being put out the game. I was like, right, Clay, right. You two kind of masterminded this whole thing because you wanted him out. Alrighty. And it's pretty funny how Meg figured out that Clay and Shelly are rarely up for eviction and rarely in danger, I guess, save for Clay being nominated last week, but Clay wasn't going to go anywhere. If Clay had stayed on that block, Shelly would have rallied up enough people to get Becky the hell out of this game. Or she would have won the veto and would have saved him or had somebody else save Clay. Let me see if I left anything out. Vanessa claims that her decision to put up Jason came down to, can she trust Austin or Jason? You could trust Jason. You cannot trust Austin. No way. And now that the twins are in the game, he has 2 people backing him. Shelly has 1. Vanessa has 0. She has no one at this point. So she is in a very, very sticky situation. On top of the fact that she couldn't even compete in the HOH competition. And there's no battle of the blocks, so she's screwed this week. So by a vote of 7-2, Jason was voted out of the house. Now, before I continue, I'm going to remind you of the people who voted to kick out Jason. Austin, Liz, Jackie, Shelly, Clay, John, and Steve. Only 2 people voted to keep Jason, and that was Meg and James. And you're probably wondering, why did Jackie vote out Jason? But she told Jason she was going to do it, because she said if he was able to get the votes, then she would vote differently. But she wants to try to, I guess, vote with the house to keep the target off her back. But it's not going to make a difference, because if she doesn't win HOH, she definitely is the next target. Jason felt like he was a naive player, and he felt like Vanessa is emotional as a player. Like, she's a good player, but she's very emotional, yes. And unfortunately, she's allowing her emotions to steer her in this game, and that is not good at all. Right now, the house is divided. So it's going to be a very big mess. And I thought it was pretty funny how Julie Chen left out John and Steve when she was talking about who's on what side and who's on the other side. That was very interesting. In other words, she realizes those 2 are lone wolves, which I honestly think is the smartest position to be in the game at this point. And you're probably saying, Sage, well, what are you talking about? But the difference between John and Steve being lone wolves as opposed to Vanessa is that John and Steve are seen as weak, and they can be used as quote-unquote pawns. While Vanessa, on the other hand, keeps doing Shelly and Clay's dirty work, so the target was already painted on her back, and now it's even bigger since she didn't put out Austin, which is what the house wanted. The only 2 people that was Liz and Austin, and Shelly and Clay. The rest of the house wanted Austin out of there. Now, Liz made a comment in her goodbye video to Jason where she basically told him, have fun watching at home in your mom's basement, which I thought was kind of nasty. I understand that this is a game, but hopefully that'll teach future house guests to be careful about what you reveal to your fellow house guests. They are not your friends, and they are looking to use whatever you tell them against you. For the most part, there are some sincere people in the game. Other than that, the game is reset. It's time for war, and Steve and John are ready. And Julia's now in the game, and I can't wait to see where her head is at. And other than that, that's about it. So you guys take care. Hit me up on Google Plus and Twitter at Sage Valentine. Don't forget to rate this video. Leave your comments and your questions right below, and let me know what you're thinking about this season and this particular episode. And subscribe to my brand of crazy. Now, if I was HOH, who would I put up? Steve and John, and let them fight for the veto, and whoever wins and takes themselves off of the block would be replaced with either Clay or Austin. And if not, then it would be either Shelly or Vanessa, but one of those 4 needs to go this week, and they need to go now. I love you guys. Until Sunday. Bye, guys. Bye.